Hi guys, I'm back again to finish off the reviews for tonight, the trilogy of reviews, and this time I picked a Summoning CD and two of my favorites that I'll be getting to in a second. Um, you guys have all heard of Summoning, right? I think they're a Tolkien-esque band. Uh, they sing, all their lyrics have to do with the world of Tolkien, The Hobbit, and The Rings, whatever. This one here is called Golder. I believe it's one of their earlier CDs. It's very melodic with black metal vocals, and it's somewhat interesting for the Summoning catalog because everybody knows that Summoning is kind of a boring band. But if you are going to check out this band, I would suggest this one here. You see that? Just remember what the cover looks like because none of it's really in English. And speaking about bands being in English, some bands, they start out doing their native language. What's a good example of that? Dimmu Borgir would be a good example of that. They started out doing all Norwegian lyrics. And then as soon as they kind of broke into the mainstream of metal, or of extreme metal, they started doing English lyrics. And that's how a lot of these bands work, is once they start to get big, they do what's required of them a little bit more. English lyrics, less melody, less extremities in their vocals, and things like that. But this band here, Arcanum, they kind of went the opposite way. They don't give a shit about the mainstream. This guy here, his religion, I think it's called Chaos. Oh, I wish I could remember for you. Chaos something. It's a very interesting religion that he subscribes to. But it's not this. The reason I like this record so much is not because of the religion or the language. I was going to tell you about that. Yeah, the language. He doesn't just sing in Swedish. He sings in Old Swedish, and there's very few people that speak Old Swedish. I don't think anybody does. It's like Old English. Nobody speaks Old English anymore. The English language has more words in it than any other language. And I would say maybe 30 or 40% of those words are never used because they're Old English. And this guy, he sings in Old Swedish, and that is very, very rare. Some bands like Elvedi from Switzerland, they sing in Gaelish, which is another language that's rarely used, but many more people speak Gaelish than old Swedish. So it's very, very interesting reading through his lyrics and trying to translate them and things like that. And I really like the music. I really like the band. I can't really describe what they sound like to you right now. But it's definitely worth something to check out. I got about 5 of their CDs. I really liked Arcanum. Oops. That's the case to fog. It's really broken now. Okay, the last CD to finalize my trilogy of black metal reviews for the night. Oh, there'll be more later. This is just for the night. Is where'd it go? Ceremonial Castings. This is not only a U.S. band, but it's a band from my state. They're from a city in Washington State called Battleground. And I had talked to the lead singer one time, or it was his brother actually, Old Nick, I think. And I knew where they were from, and I said, "Hey, Old Nick, where are you guys from?" And he said, "We're from Battleground, at Battleground, Washington." And I said, "You should really consider moving to a safer city." Yeah, he didn't laugh either. But I love this band. I've seen them several times live. They come here all the time because I live in the same state as them, and I really think they're one of the highest quality bands in the black metal genre. I would say they're probably one of the top 5 best bands in the metal genre. They're seriously, ridiculously talented and so savagely underrated. You know, I love this band. Ceremonial Castings. Ceremonial Castings, you guys. Their live shows are unbelievable. They have 3 members in their band, and they sound like a 5-member band. I guess if I had to compare them to some kind of other band so you could know what they sound like if you've never heard them before, is Dimmu Borgir. It's that kind of thing with a lot of orchestration and keyboard work. The keyboardist actually has a 3-tier keyboard, so he's kind of like all over it like this, and it's huge. And they really do the shows great because they have lit candles everywhere, and they're always all you know corpse paint and spikes, and it's the real black metal look, and it's very good. I really think that out of all these bands that I've mentioned tonight, if there's one that you're going to check out, it should be Ceremonial Castings. And I think the songs you guys should check out, let me see if there's any good ones on here. There's a few good ones on here, but the ones that are really great, I wish I could remember the names of them. Into the Black Forests of Witchery. Barbaric is the Beast. Hold on just a second. Yeah, I just want to grab a couple more of their CDs. This is Into the Black Forests of Witchery. This is Beast in Black. Oh, this right here is their best. Salem, 1692. Here's some songs you guys should really check out. Where the Witches Waltz. Wait a minute, just check out this whole CD. This is like their masterpiece, and this is their newest one actually. Yeah, it's so good. And I've been buying these at the shows from the bands. I mean, from the band. They sell them for about $8 each. And I've been selling them on Amazon for $40 each. You know, I shouldn't have told you guys that because, well, no, I can tell anybody that. Just I don't tell people that live in Washington State, because Ceremonial Castings, they do tour a lot, but they really don't get out of the state very much because they're so underrated. It's such a crime. It's such a sin. It's to be that for society to underrate a band that drastically. It's more sinful than a litany of wasted summers. It's seriously, something that. Okay, this video's over.